Hi YouTubers, today we're doing a review of the Whynter portable heat pump or air conditioner. This is the unit. Let me show you right there. And this thing is model number ARC-1230WNH. They call it the Whynter, that's WHYNTER. NEX or NEX Inverter Dual Hose Portable Air Conditioner. But it's really a heat pump because it both heats and cools. They say dual hose. This hose is a hose within a hose. And so there's actually two hoses there going out through this panel here. For my application, I wanted a relatively large, powerful unit so that it could be used as a backup for our main system in the event it was down for any reason. We could have cooling or heating in the house temporarily, even though it's not rated for the whole house. It's rated high enough that we could get by while we're waiting to get the main one fixed. The other thing I wanted was to be able to use it in the bedroom where it is now. The idea being that with our whole house heat pump, gas heater backup system, it's a duct system throughout the house, and the upstairs is kind of like at the end of the line of the ducting, and far from where the thermostat control is. And in very hot days, the heat rises upstairs, and the upstairs is often a few degrees warmer than it is downstairs, and it can be uncomfortable sleeping. So it have the ability to cool the bedroom is a big advantage. And during the winter, the upstairs can be several degrees cooler than the downstairs. And if the kids are away and it's just the two of us in the house, I don't need to have the entire house at the ideal temperature while we're sleeping. I can just focus on the bedroom and set the main thermostat so that it can go cooler at night and higher during the summer it can be warmer in the rest of the house, and in the winter cooler in the rest of the house, while the bedroom's set at an ideal temperature. So we can save energy and be more comfortable at the same time. So this thing's a big unit. This thing, you can see, this is not that small. And it's rated at 14,000 BTUs, standard BTU measurement. And then they have this SACC measurement of 12,000 BTUs. And what the SACC measurement does is it corrects for the inefficiency of running this tube out the window, where some heat or cooling is lost through this tubing, and gives a true value when you're comparing it to other units, such as central air conditioning, mini split units, or other window air conditioners. Now this unit has an inverter, and with an inverter, that allows the unit to run at variable speeds, which greatly increases its efficiency. So that if you only need a little bit of heating or cooling, you don't need to run the compressor on high. It can ratchet itself down and run at the needed speed. And again, that is much more efficient, and it also makes the unit quieter. Now this is in a bedroom, so that the ability to make this unit quiet is important. They rate this particular unit at on low setting, when you have it at low fan, is at 47.2 decibels. That's pretty quiet. And I can tell you that we have used it at night sleeping, and it is quiet, and it's very fine to keep. This is a whole lot quieter than having one of those window units. Those window units are much louder than this thing, even though this is humongous at its rated BTU. So, yeah, so it's powerful and it's quiet. And because of the inverter technology, the portable air conditioners and portable heat pumps generally are not as efficient as window units because of the loss through the hosing and everything like this. But with this dual hose model and the inverter technology, it's roughly equivalent to an in-window, a high-quality in-window unit in efficiency, even though it's portable. So why did I go portable rather than in-window? Well, I have vinyl windows. We just had new vinyl windows installed, and I didn't want to stick some big heavy unit inside the window and damage the brand new windows. So, you know, this just has this little panel thing here, and there's nothing sticking out the window. And so that's it. And so this is much easier on the windows. Also, the portability, it's on wheels. And right now I have it on a board because it's on a carpet. But if I needed to move this to another room, it would be as simple as just rolling it, you know, out to whatever room I wanted to put it in. However, the thing is heavy. And you can see because of the shape, it's cumbersome. And, you know, weighing, let's see, what do we got here? It's 77.2 pounds, almost 80 pounds. This is not a one-man operation to get up and down the stairs. And my son and I got it up the stairs while it was still in the package. And we were huffing and puffing when we got done. And so, you know, I was hoping that I would be able to, let's say, the addition to our house has a separate, smaller heat pump. And I was hoping that in the event that heat pump malfunctioned and I needed something temporary, I could use this one. To use this one, I saved the original packaging in case I wanted to slide it down the stairs and then slide it across the first floor into the addition. It's just getting it up and down the stairs is the challenge. Installing it in the window is easy. How you're going to insulate it is a bit of a challenge. Here, I had to cut one of there are two pieces of plastic that slide in and out to allow you to expand it. I had to cut one of them because it was a little too long for this size window. But once you've got that cut to size, it's simple to put in, and then you can figure out. I just use some packing tape as a air seal for some of the smaller leaks. You can see there would be some leaks there if I hadn't done that. So the unit has this remote control, and it's also Wi-Fi enabled, so that this Wi-Fi, well, this is just an infrared remote right here, And you can get a look at it right now. And it also has Wi-Fi capability, and there's an app you can download off the internet, and you can control and set up different cooling and heating profiles using the app. And it works fine. I've used it, and so you could control it that way if you like. Now this thing's powerful. I mean, this thing really puts out heat and cold. Really, I mean, when you think about it, 14,000 BTUs, 12,000 SACC rating. It does what it's rated for. And on the other hand, if you use the lower settings, it can be like a mild unit, as if you had a small unit installed. So, they say you don't want to oversize a unit, because if you oversize the unit, it will heat or cool too rapidly and mess up your comfort. But if you turn down the settings, this inverter model will ratchet its power down and act as if it were a much smaller unit. And it's interesting, the power draw, which I got from it. So I tested power draw at the different settings, and with it on air conditioning mode, on low mode, it only uses 350 watts. When you put it on medium fan, it uses 733 watts in cooling mode and 1255 in high mode. If you're only using fan mode, then it's 10 watts at low, 18 watts at medium, and 48 watts at high. And in heat mode, it used roughly 700 watts on low, 1,000 watts on medium, and 1220 on high. So, it is quiet, it's efficient, it's powerful. It's Wi-Fi enabled, infrared remote. If you're not carrying it up and down the stairs, it's very portable. If you are carrying it up and down the stairs, good luck to you. It's a beast. And then you got the issue with the drains. So if you are running this thing in air conditioner only mode, then you can probably get away with not even having to drain it, because it has a self-evaporative feature similar to window air conditioners, so that it may not need to be drained. But if you're running it on high and there's a ton of water in the air, it may overwhelm the self-evaporative feature, and you may need to drain it. So there are 3 drains on the back. So there's one drain down real low, which I have. I'll get this thing out of the way here. So there's a drain down at the very bottom. That's if you're storing it in the winter, or you're just putting it out of service for a while and you want to get it totally dry. Then you can see where I have a hose attached on the bottom left of the unit. A little vinyl hose, and it's going into this gallon jug here. The heat pump has a built-in condensate pump. And let me see if the water evaporated yet. Yeah, it's gone now. But I was testing it out in heating mode, and it works fine. And so basically it pumps the water up, the condensate water up, and I have it draining into that container back there. But if this were a permanent installation and you do have the option of running the hose right through the window panel, drill a hole in that and put the hose through that and let it just drain straight outside. That would be fine, because the condensate pump would elevate the water and pump it out the window. The other option you have is if your air conditioner is overwhelming its drain self-evaporative feature, there's another drain higher up back here. You can see where I'm pointing here. And you can put a hose in there and have that drain drain into a bucket or whatever by gravity. And I had that hooked up, and then I read that the air conditioner may actually be more efficient if you allow the self-evaporative function to work, rather than, because when the water evaporates, it actually cools the room as well. So it's actually more efficient if it doesn't need that drain. So unless I get an error message saying my unit needs to be drained, I'm not going to drain the unit while it's in air conditioning mode. So far, I haven't needed that drain. It hasn't made enough condensate to generate the error message. So the heating range is and the cooling range allows you to set it anywhere between 60 and 86 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 16 to 30 degrees centigrade. That seems fine for most applications. The other thing I want to point out is that there are things in the instructions that says that you can't use it below a 41 degree ambient temperature. And that thing really confused me. I thought they were referring, when they said ambient temperature, I thought they were talking about outdoor temperature, because many heat pumps won't work or won't produce heat if it gets too cold outside. There is a certain limit below which the heat pump just doesn't work. I thought they were referring to outdoor temperature, but they were referring to indoor temperature. I did call the company to verify that. So yeah, because I was thinking, oh my God, if it goes down to 35 degrees, it's too cold, I can't use the heater. I said, what do I have a heater for if I can't use it when it's cold? But they didn't mean that. That meant the indoor temperature needs to be at least 41 degrees. So that's fine. That's not going to be a problem. So all in all, I would say that this unit is fine. I wish the portability up and down the stairs was a little easier. It is what it is. It is quiet. It will be useful here. I may stick a sheet of model plane foam that I have around here to increase the insulation when it gets a little colder. One of the things was, should you raise the screen? I have a screen behind this window or not. I left it down to keep the bugs out, just in case there were any leaks anywhere. They said, well, you shouldn't blow hot air over a nylon screen. It may melt it and put it out, but it hasn't bothered the screen at all. I may regret that later, but so far so good. The price of the unit was $573.65 on Amazon plus shipping. Their I'm sorry, the shipping was free, prime shipping, but there was a $38 tax. So I'm happy with the unit. I hope the information provided in the video is helpful to you. Thanks for watching.